back. Chase a light when the world is getting darker. I have a dream where love's the only side. So take my hand, join the army of the shadows. Going harder, we are more than numbers, standing in the shade. Going louder, we are all one color, standing in their way. Join the army of the shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Shadows, shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Going harder, we are more than numbers, standing in their shade. Going louder, we are all one color, standing in their way. Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. La 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 la. Oh, oh. Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember.
Told you to walk away. That was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need you to survive. said, boy, I want you to walk right, so I can give you one more chance. You're only living in your damn head. Without you by my side, I can't survive. I need you to survive. Cause without you by my side, I can't survive.
Get down to the baseline. Get down to the baseline. devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, call
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Southeastern Esports League Fall Split Playoffs. It's been a day, Foof, but now we can just sit back, relax, and watch our top 6 remaining teams play.
It has certainly been a day, and the metaphorical non-physical captain's handshake and the nice talk at the coin toss is happening in the chat. I love seeing the good banter and good sportsmanship early in the year coming out. But both these teams tried and tested. You have SSU, the 7th seed, who've been rocking and rolling, have been knocking on the door, begging, pleading, perhaps to be on stream. And then you have UTK coming off of the big win last week to make it here. And so both of these squads riding hot streaks, looking to keep that forward and stay in the winner's bracket side.
I mean, outside of a kind of fluke loss to South Carolina's B team, both these teams are undefeated. But Florida State did lose that one series back in group play, so they're 9-1. While UTK is 10-0, and 7 of those 10 wins have come against teams that made playoffs, which is an absurd stat and tells you just how good UTK has been this season.
Well, it's always about trying to beat competent and very strong competition, and UTK has done that time and time and time again, and they have not dropped a single series. And so perhaps FSU, maybe the Seminoles, can be the team to knock them off. But game 1 here in SEL kicking off.
A best of 5 to see who our first grand finalist is. I mean, there's a lot of points on the line right here because you could very well drop to 3rd place if you end up losing this series, because you got FAU, Cumberland, King, Oklahoma, all teams in the lower bracket right now chomping at the bit, ready to take a shot at one of these 2 SEL titans. So gotta make the most of your opportunities when they're given to you, and this winner's finals is a big opportunity for both these teams.
Massive plays, massive opportunities here. Tricks with an opportunity, speaking of, but able to take full advantage of it. Fries winning out on the 50, so it's up to Hermes and Shaka to kind of flip the field. You have Jobro as well, dressed in that orange. Tricks, Fries, and Luigi rocking that crimson or garnet for FSU. Both teams kind of prodding and poking on the offensive end, but not finding too much.
It makes sense. I mean, the way that both of these teams have been this season, there's a lot of respect that has to be given both sides. These players have been around the SEL for a while. I think everyone in this lobby has played in the SEL for 2+ seasons, so they know each other. They are familiar with one another, and Tricks familiar with First Blood scoring in game 1.
I'll say Luigi looking pretty familiar with Tricks in midfield. Caught him in transition. Jobro caught out as the 3rd and the first goal finding its way on the scoreboard from FSU.
Well, this is FSU's first stream match this entire season, which is a little sad, but anyone who's familiar with the SEL knows that we love to talk about the Fries and Luigi dynamic duo. But it's been Tricks so far distributing to both Fries and Luigi, but nonetheless, it's a full team effort right now, though Tricks is alone, buying time well for his teams to get back.
That is an aggressive push by Shaka. That means Jobro and Hermes caught on the same side as Tricks continuing to get his name called. Ball on the side wall. Jobro crossing it over, catching it off the ceiling, turning it into a dangerous look, but not a shot just yet. 3v2 as the demo rings out. No real clear. Hermes needs to get this and does, but no real possession right now. Just awkward touches, and another demo is going to get the clear.
It is starting slowly for UTK. They have not had much to say about this game.
Well,
in fact, down by 2 goals now, not where they want to be at all, considering they have played very little offense in game 1.
well, Fries with just enough time and patience to make the soft touch on it to tuck it under the crossbar. 2-0 lead here for the Seminoles.
That was just awkward, too. Shaka looked just kind of scared right there on the goal line, about to dribble the ball in front of his own net, and FSU swoop in and capitalize. Volunteers starting off slowly, but this is not a position that they haven't been in before. They have off games. I mean, I think in their series against Oklahoma last week on stream, they lost one of the games in the middle of the series, like 5-0. It was absurd, and then they bounced back when the next game closed out the series. But UTK not starting off so hot, but Florida State, Booth, they have looked clinical so far.
Well, I don't want to mention it just yet,
Okay.
but there is a thing. Florida State in stream games, and it is currently reigning true. And I want to see them possibly buck said trend, as I have the earth shaking under me. Joe Bro putting a shot towards it, but Fries able to turn it away for the moment.
Again, people watching that have no idea what you're talking about, Food. Are we just going to leave them in the dark until later in the series? DTK try to score first?
I mean, trying to find an answer, but yes, we're going to leave them in the dark at least until FSU puts themselves in a position for it to ring true. Joe Bro, though, in a position to make that one ring true, catching the far post to bite into this lead.
Okay, and the Kachow goal explosion as well. I'm loving that. I know in RL chat in the Discord earlier, he was talking about how he was thinking about playing with Lightning McQueen
We should have
in
seen
this
it.
series.
Lightning McQueen!
He hasn't yet. He's just using the goal explosion. So I'm interested. Like, if UTK gets out to a big lead in a game or something, or in a series, which now looks like it's going to be the case with how Florida State's playing, is he going to pull out the Lightning McQueen?
That'd be pretty based to just leave the game, swap cards, and come back. But shotgun to Joe Bro. Joe Bro taking the shot, but Tricks with a third save off of that Garnet car. Now Fries following it up, wants to just pressure. No real boosts, allowing Tricks to follow through. You talk about it. We know the Luigi to Fries connection has always been there. Hermes looking for another, but again, this third man is becoming the show lead, honestly, as Tricks 4 big saves, a goal, and an assist to get the cycle early.
Luigi has space in the air, one man to beat. Couldn't get past Shaka. Now Florida State pushed backwards, but in this final minute of game 1, all they have to do is hold on to this lead, though. UTK is definitely bearing down on them. Right now, UTK is putting together better looks on the offensive side of the ball than they were to start us off. It was just soft hits toward the Florida State end that would turn right back into defense for UTK, but they're being more productive. They're guarding that midfield line well. They can just play offense, which Florida State is not allowing them to, then maybe the chance of the comeback in the final 10 seconds now.
Well, Joe Bro with a chance. Not a lot of boost, though. None exact. It's a pass, though. Hermes can go near post, and he does! Beautiful play. Perfect execution. It's a tie ball game.
Oh, Joe Bro baited in Tricks right there. Even though he had no boost, still puts the ball on a dime on Hermes' front bumper. That is beautiful. And now Florida State, the team on the back foot that has to respond ASAP.
Fries has it on his nose, going to keep it low, has the ball on him, and he keeps it, but he can't pull the shot all the way through. Oh, man, perhaps, maybe, but it won't find the mark. OT is the way we start this series.
Oh, that could be what could have been as Joe Bro sets the ball up for Shaka. Hermes dives in as well, but momentum will carry him backwards, so no harm done, especially considering Shaka and Joe Bro are keeping possession in UTK's name here in the Seminoles corner. On the goal line, Luigi going to clear, but Florida State having a much tougher time breaching that midfield line than they did previously.
Luigi for a long clear, technically going to be a shot, but 2 defenders ready to make a save. Joe Bro 15 Tricks, and that ball dangerously back out. Luigi was up, but so was Hermes and another player. Joe Bro flips the field, has Hermes. That Finnick wanting to get something off the ceiling. but instead it's a pinch back the other way, so it's a real reset on offense.
Luigi testing Shaka's back wall reaction time right there. Does well. Florida State getting a little bit of presence in that orange end. Fries, though, tough misread. A demo clearing the lane for Joe Bro.
He
He's gonna
missed!
miss twice. He set himself up for a double tap, but then missed the follow-up shot.
Oh my goodness, 2 big mistakes from both teams, so no one has to pay yet. The bill not due. Luigi wanting to take it himself. The soft tap, the bump, and it goes in. And how about it? FSU getting a 3-2 win of their own.
How about Luigi calling game? Shaka losing that 1v1 as Luigi snipes him out of the air. Oh, just when you thought UTK was gaining the upper hand, Florida State, they settle in, they play composed defense, they wait for their moment, and they strike just like that.
I mean, it is almost picture perfection looking at this Florida State team. Other than Trix having all 4 of the saves and Shaka having all 4 of the saves, everyone had a goal. Everyone had an assist in this game except for Shaka. Again, 5 big saves. So both teams need to find a way to not rely on a sole defender to be that third, and it's just been the timing of having Trix and Shaka be the last 5, but they need to have a stronger team defensive effort, and that's going to help both of these squads as this series develops.
And we'll see how they adjust, see how they respond, but that's UTK's just 6th game loss against playoff teams. I said they had played 7 different playoff teams that made the top 16 in the SEL of this split, and they'd only dropped a combined 5 games against them. And 2 of those 5 games came against UGA. So UTK, they don't lose games that often. So Florida State grabbing game 1, Foof, is pretty monumental for the Seminoles.
Pretty big, but again, living up to the billing. Trix soft tap down, but Shaka is there. He's actually misreading it as Luigi snuck it out. Hermes flipping the pitch back, a retaliatory long balls. Joe Bro finds a demo, but Trix has the clear. Shaka slowing it down. Fries wants to push it forward, and the ball slowing down at this midfield stripe. Luigi credited with another. He's already tucked one in, but he can't get that one to fall. Trix to Fries. Fries to the backboard and cleared. None other than Hermes in that finish.
Oh, Fries again. Going for it, but Shaka going to shut this one down. He has been good in defense. If you look past that game winner, Luigi scored, getting the ball past him with that air dribble bump. And that will break UTK free for a second. Trix losing control of the midfield line, giving the Volunteers offensive pressure. Fry shutting that initial chance down. Shaka following it up. Hermes going to clear his own lane with a demo on the FSU goal line and score first for UTK.
Big demo and catching Trix out. The third man has been a nuisance for both squads, and Hermes says there can't be a save if there is no savior. 1-0 here for UTK.
Well done. That's how you answer. Right there. You go out and you make a play. And
you kill a
the
guy?
demo game, that's UTK's bread and butter. I remember when I met them for the first time at the Season 3 LAN back in April, they were talking about how good they were at getting demos and creating space with explosions on their opponent's end, and they are still extremely clinical when it comes to that style of rocket.
Well, talking about an explosive offense, that's usually not the first thought that comes to mind, but that is theirs as Hermes rotating through, has a bump on Trix. Shaka with an opportunity to soft touch, and that is another one from Hermes. He has become a menace on the back line.
No kidding. Tagging Trix right there to interfere with his ability to read the ball and then knocking Fries clean out of the path of the ball. He is stepping up big time with that off-the-ball movement, and now UTK's the team with the early 2-0 lead.
And don't blink or you might miss it because they are still pushing forward. Luigi beat out Trix, slowing it back down, so it's now a 2v1 in the corner. Joe Burrow with a beautiful ball to flip it and keep the pressure on. Luigi along, arching clear, but only goes to midfield. Trix trying to find the soft touch. Fries another, and so it gets Shaka up and awkward. Luigi slowing it all down, up and under. His teammate got bumped in front of him. Double opportunity, but again, Hermes standing tall when it matters.
Another clear for UTK. That looked like it was a slowly developing play for FSU, but I really liked what they were doing. Even those awkward touches, that extra little bump on the ball that Luigi used to get a clear, breaking down the structure UTK had constructed at the midfield line, and it almost worked. It got them a shot on, but good save by UTK. Will keep that goose egg on the board for Florida State now, but a 2v1 the other way could change that if Shaka doesn't get a perfect touch on the ball.
Joe Bro, soft touch, and it's going to tuck its way under. Defenders in the way, but it does not matter. 3's the number, and it's a 3-0 game.
What a transition. I mean, that was a 2v1 advantage that Florida State had right there, but Shaka gets a perfect read off the corner wall to send that ball flying, and Joe Bro's down the field being a nuisance like he typically is, ready to score it. That's such a quickly developing play for UTK that they turn into a third goal.
Joe Bro, again with the clear UTK. All that for a drop of blood, perhaps, as they're feeling after game 1 to go to OT, and they're okay. Now we're awake. Fries with an opportunity, but he can't connect on it. Because, friends, at FSU, if you aim at the Kings, you best not miss. Luigi can't find it either. Fries the soft touch, but no goal.
Oh, and Trix has no boost. He had to go all the way back to his corner to pick up the 100, and fortunately a good passing play will get Florida State out of their defensive end, but they can't put shots on. Another quick read by a UTK goal line defender. That time it was Hermes, and here Shaka cutting out that passing play. Florida State, they've only registered 2 shots on goal this entire game, which is a far cry from the 9 they had in game 1.
Tricks. We talk about it. Yes, a far cry, and it is a far cry from offense really turning over. The confidence starting to lack as UTK has set in a midfield trap almost. And UTK, not only momentum, but confidence just kind of oozing out from their play, feeling like they can make every single touch happen, every single goal happen. And I'll be honest, they haven't given us any other reason to believe in game number 2 as they're still up 3-0.
Florida State has to find a way to take advantage of these aggressive situations for UTK because they are not afraid when they're playing confidently. UTK is not afraid of overextending into the offensive zone, and that's leaving one man back in the situations. But Florida State, whether it's for lack of boost or positioning or awareness or whatever it is, they aren't finding a way to exploit that lack of presence in transition defense for UTK. So I think it's too late here in game 2 for them to adjust and make the comeback happen. But going forward, they've got to start capitalizing in transition.
Well, Tricks pass looking towards Fries, and it's too far to the left, and that could open up the door, and it goes far and out, so they'll stay at a 0 scoreline. Punching air right now, FSU fans are, and so Hermes dropping it down into the mix, and it becomes a 1-1 affair. And hey, we have maybe bucked the trend. Maybe
Perhaps
we're free.
So. What Foop was referring to is the last 2 seasons, Florida State's first appearance on stream, they got reverse swept, and that's obviously not going to happen. So maybe that was the strategy, Foop. They come out here and they lose game 2, and then they're safe for the rest of the series.
Well, see, my thought was they were going to lose game 1 in overtime after scoring the first 2 and then giving up 3, and I was like, they're going to embrace the curse in the funniest way possible to try and get over it.
Well, they didn't. Luigi was not interested.
Bad juju gone.
It is gone. They can move on to game 3, which they really have to do because even at the end of that game in garbage time, they still had a 2v1 that they couldn't score on. Hitting the crossbar, the ball stays out. And you just look at that play and it kind of encapsulates all of their issues in that game.
Just close, but not close enough, really, because the only thing that matters for being close is, I guess you can see them scoring a little bit better. But Fries and company still looking for their first goal in almost a game and a half, probably, of time, as Tricks and Luigi still pushing it all the way around. Soft tap, backward play, going to be cleared by Shaka. And has to follow this out. It didn't get a great touch, a bit of a floor pinch attempt, but still nothing there.
This is good, though. Florida State coming out of the gates, controlling the pace, controlling the midfield. UTK, how do they break out of this? Joe Bro using all his boost to get that ball to the midfield line. Shaka in the corner stepping up next. But Florida State doing very well to guard that center line. And now Luigi has a lot to do right here. Doesn't find a second touch on the ball, so UTK will get out. And Florida State does not follow the ball up well. In fact, scramble defense there for Luigi and Trix. And Luigi finds his touch. Trix couldn't get back in time to find his.
Well, Shaka puts it off of Trix's nose. Luigi panic touching. Can't find another. No one home. Means it's a 1-0 scoreline here for UTK.
Trix had to play the passing option right there. He wasn't expecting that tight of an angle on the shot to actually be on target. So not in position to save it, and UTK picking up right where they left off. That's 4 unanswered goals now between games 2 and 3.
Well, dropping it back down, Hermes flipping the field again. Trix, who was the defensive stalwart in game 1 here for FSU, they need to find a way to either get him back into that, you know, Tim Howard-esque game that he had, or find a way to just use the rest of the team on this defensive side. As Jobro ringing one off the backboard.
Okay, Luigi, I like the confidence sticking with that ball. Fries, double off the corner wall, and now we see a little physicality out of Florida State. Luigi on the goal line, bumping UTK players, trying to do anything to get them off their mark because these reads are so on point. Ground to the air, like reading the ball off the back wall, it's tough to do. But Shaka doing it again for UTK, and it gets them out. It alleviates a little bit of pressure.
Oh, Hermes, I thought he was going to get the fadeaway there, but not enough on it, and it was not all the way on Luigi. Pass towards Trix. Trix has an angle. Luigi can follow it up here, but Shaka stuffing it at the point of attack, and UTK has had every counter ready.
It's unbelievable. And now Shaka, that's not on target, but that was almost another instance where UTK plays a lot of really good defense and then just springs the trap on FSU, puts a shot in and scores quickly. But half chance there. Trix just giving it right to Shaka. And now they're out again. A passing play setting up Jobro for a double. Fries does find the save, and that'll keep us at a 1-goal affair.
Pretty pass, but again, too far ahead of the team, so it's read out easily. Jobro cutting into this one. Trix, the last man back. He's up early. Was waiting for another UTK member to come flying in, so they are seeing ghosts right now as Luigi is stuffed by the ghost of Jobro.
Trix missing the ball right there. Gives Hermes a clear. He grabs some boost as well, but Florida State moving right along with Luigi. A tight touch on the ball to clear it into UTK territory. You're right again. No one really home for FSU, and that gives UTK an easy counterattack goal.
Just caught awkwardly here, having to run all the way into the net, attempting a squishy save as poor Luigi, and Hermes reads it so well. Just, I gotta put it right behind you, physically, perfectly, right behind the goaltender driving into the net. It's a 2-0 game here for UTK.
And the run continues. FSU, they've had 5 shots on target in the first 3.5 minutes of this game, but no goals to show for it. Luigi continuing to stay physical, but a massive dunk by Hermes almost put UTK up 3-0 again. Fortunately, the woodwork on the Seminoles side.
Well, perhaps maybe winds of change flying around as they're trying to find a way to convince this woodwork to work with them instead of against them. Fries cannot get the clear. Trix rotating home. Luigi has an entire field of friend and foe to get through as he is demoed for his troubles. Hermes has it on his nose, and another beautiful touch from Luigi. Rotating back, able to clear that one away.
Will beat Shaka into that same corner where we've seen a lot of battle done in game 3. A ripper of a shot from Trix on net, but that's easy enough for Jobro to save. FSU retooling from their own end. A pass back mid. Fries wasn't prepared for. A lot of heat on that, but this from Hermes allows a passing play centered that Shaka intercepts again. These telegraphed passing plays are not getting through the Volunteers.
You can't really stare down your passing targets in Rocket League, but it feels like that is how UTK is receiving it. They know where the ball wants to go. They're already stepping into the passing lanes before they even commit to throwing it. It is just UTK fully in the minds and souls of FSU as they are going to win another game, and it's going to be another possible shutout here as Luigi pushing forward. No real flip left. He got 2 players up. Jobro catching it, though. As again, UTK back-to-back games, no goals allowed. Stand at it's a best of 5 here, right?
Yep.
Yep,
Best of
match
5.
point.
Yeah, match point and a win in the next game puts UTK in the grand finals at an astounding 11-0 record. I don't think we've ever had an SEL team finish undefeated. I'm going to have to check those stats real quick for you, but I don't think that has ever happened. And UTK right now on the verge
Knocking on the door
of having a chance at being able to do that.
I mean, it has been a team performance coming from them. And again, 2 players having a goal, the other having an assist, 6 saves to the tune of only giving up 6 shots. That is 6 for 6. That is 100%. Every single one was stopped. And so Florida State, hats off to them. They're making balls have to be saved, but that shows me they're not putting threatening enough looks on. They're not finding second and third chance opportunities. They need something. Demos, bumps, boost steals, something, as they are now down 2 games in a row.
They just have to find a way, and I don't know what that way is, to break down UTK's goal line defense. Because that's why you pass the ball, because the one-timers, the straight-up shots on frame aren't working out because UTK's saving everything. They're reacting quickly, they're getting perfect read, and so you pass the ball center, try to throw off the timing, but that's getting saved too, until now. Fair enough. UTK conceding in the first 16 seconds, finally, an FSU answer.
Well, you know, when the new hotness isn't working, go back to the old and busted, and it's going to be Fries and Luigi rekindling here to find their first goal in 2 games, and only 16 ticks in.
I love it. Just hit the ball hard and force your opponent to make a mistake. Hermes didn't get the read, and FSU was all over that, ready to pounce. The case not the same on that instance. UTK holding strong for now, as Florida State had a half chance right there that they gave up.
Dobro couldn't get much of a clear. Double commit in the corner as Fries is left for it. You know what? You don't have to play defense when you're watching replays. 2-0 here for FSU.
I don't understand Rocket League sometimes. I like to think I understand it all the time, but then I see moments like this where UTK goes from playing perfect, settled-in defense now to kind of scrambled, mistake-filled defense where they're getting beat by straight-up corner balls. And credit to FSU, they didn't shy away from that. They went right at UTK's throat, and they're being rewarded for it. A 2-0 lead in the first minute obviously isn't safe against Volunteers, but it's a pretty nice buffer to have.
Can't get there. It's Fries. Oh, just kind of ringing around this FSU side as UTK scrambling to get back onto the offensive end in more of a kind of controlled manner as they're just kind of rushing at this ball. Say maybe we can build on the fly. Fries, though, again, solid touch to keep it all around. Luigi waiting underneath it, finds a pass. Dangerous one, though, as he had a couple of players waiting for that one to bounce back in the middle.
Ooh, double commit there. He's going to give UTK offense. That Joe Bro gets right back to tricks. He was the only man there. Fries and Luigi went together in the corner, but now we've got a double commit. 4 players going for that, and FSU still can't score. What is going on in Game 4?
Pandemonium, insanity,
Yeah?
magic. Let's just be honest. Luigi looking to tricks. Tricks gonna be denied by Hermes. And you know what? Maybe those wheels do have some wings on them. He got up there fairly quick. Shaka just running for his life as Fries is hunting, but he can't get the demo.
Does turn into offense for UTK, and a goal-scoring opportunity that Hermes is not going to miss. Going to cut the FSU lead in half now with another clean transition by UTK.
Beautiful dish there from Joe Bro to set up Hermes on the far post. No one home. Makes it simply easy. 1-2 scoreline here.
Still half a game of Rocket League left. More than half a game of Rocket League left. And this is the same deal as Game 1, where FSU had that early 2-0 lead. They came out swinging in the first couple of minutes, and then UTK slowly but surely wormed their way back into that game. Forced OT. Didn't get the win, but they showed us that multi-goal comebacks are something that is definitely in their wheelhouse now. Again, going for it. Hermes trying to pinch the ball center, but at the very least, it gets them a follow-up opportunity.
Knocking on the door here. It's Joe Bro again. throws it off the backboard, wants to find a second touch and does, but it's only off of a defender. Luigi caught by Shaka, but ends up winning out on the touch. Tricks looking for Luigi. No boost, though, really, to make it a threatening look. Shaka crossing the field. Luigi retaliatory touch. You got Fries in the mix, waiting for it. That's a touch. No real pressure. Kind of pushing forward. They have the ball, but just kind of dancing outside of this goalie box.
Jobro losing that 50-50, but I was prepared for that outcome and finds Jobro down the pitch. Are you kidding me? What a read, Joe.
I mean, Hermes and Jobro had the first one. Jobro setting the soft touch to him. And then, yes, disgust, amazement, all the above. The soft toe tap to drop it down and keep the spin on it. 2-2 here as FSU watch their lead evaporate to the aggressive UTK squad. Oh, that's 3-2.
Oh, it's not. The woodwork staying on the side.
The wood does work.
State. Jobro can miss after that incredible dish down a second ago. He does miss right there. Goes short here. I think trying to set up a teammate, but Florida State's got the read, and now they have to find an answer soon.
Shaka trying to beat Tricks out here. Tricks still on it, has some boost to spare. Past midfield, but there's no one home. So it becomes just a clear to midfield. They have to reset their offense with less boost and less control. That ball kind of bouncing around the midfield stripe with a minute left in game number 4.
Shaka going to the back wall. This is where UTK gets dangerous when they start to read your escape routes. But right there, Florida State getting through, setting up a shot. Is it in? You bet it is. Fries taking the lead back for FSU sub 60.
It's a trade of demos here. Tricks catches Shaka on the transition. Fries nothing but net in front of him, and let's be honest, that's a hard one to hit at some points in these games.
No, it absolutely is, especially with how much heat that ball had on it after Jobro got a good touch, if it's not straight up and off the ceiling with no one there to follow him up. But Florida State got it, and now back in front in the final 30 seconds. Can they hold this lead and force game 5? Let's see.
Demo ringing out once again onto the field. Fries, soft touches beat Hermes. Jobro, retaliatory touch is a 2v2. Tricks waiting for it. Gonna have a clear, but demoed himself. Shaka, soft touch towards the wall. Luigi waiting for it. And again, more pressure, more touches, more time being ticked off of this clock. Tricks, backboard play. Shaka, side wall, wants to get it out, but he can't. Hermes now running back home, and it looks like the Florida State Seminoles are gonna force game 5 as the ball waiting to be touched down, and that is Tricks to do just that. We've got 5.
Oh boy, here we go. A game 5 in the winners finals, grand finals berth on the line with just a 5-minute, 1 game of Rocket League. Foof, this series is delivering everything we hoped it would.
Well, going back to the old man, Fries, Luigi has 2 assists, Tricks has 1. They said, carry us, and that crown on the F is not just for show, folks. Putting the team on his back here, 6 big shots, 3 of them find a way to go in. And looking at UTK side, again, it's a team performance. You see a goal and assist on both Jobro and Hermes, multiple saves from both of them. But Shaka having a bit of an off game ends up being that kind of stepping stone that they needed to have answered.
I don't know if Jobro had an off game right there. Like that
No,
read.
Shaka.
Shaka.
Yes.
I was so focused on the next points. Yeah, Jobro definitely didn't. Shaka, he has been a little bit off. I don't think, has he scored a goal in this series? I'm going to have to check on that. Use my little nifty stats tool to sort that out because, okay, yeah, he scored a couple actually, so ignore me. But regardless, he has had a couple of games where he just hasn't shown up on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, that was the issue. Points are never truly an indicator of how well or what you've done. But seeing 3 zeros and only 1 shot being your stats there, not the greatest look. But Jobro and company really don't care about what the numbers look like as long as it's a win in the column at the end of the day. Game 5 here to advance to your grand final. Jobro past midfield, but the only recipient is Fries. Fries looking for Luigi, and he snuck it past Shaka. It's a 1-0 game.
The Seminoles strike first, and I was looking.
Drops coming.
at what these teams have been doing recently. Obviously, SEL results are important, but the season is extended over many, many weeks. I look at the CCA Opens and how teams have been performing there to get a good idea of how a squad might be feeling in a series like this. And Florida State, in the most recent CCA Open, placed top 16, which is out of all the teams that aren't currently competing in CRL, they got to the top 16. So Florida State, they are hot right now. If you look at their #1 record in the SEL and think, okay, that's a good team, they must be hot. But they got recent results as well to back them up outside of the SEL, and a Game 5 win over UTK would be a great resume booster to take into the grand finals.
Well, Luigi can't beat Shaka on that one. A bit too speedy is that Finnick. Tricks backcourt play, ends up beating him. Cannot defeat Jobro on that back wall. Hermes soft touch down, and not a real clear as that ball's still stuck on this UTK side. The Vols all out of sorts. Tricks has the goal as the clear of the defender opens the door.
All right, it's the third time it's happened. Florida State gaining a 2-goal lead in the first 90 seconds or so. Great play on the UTK goal line, clearing Jobro out of the way again. Florida State, they've come to play in Game 5.
Hermes shot back towards net. Making that long one easy to save. Fries. Soft tap goes up the wall. Hermes wants to find this longer clear. Has a flip underneath. No, he can't get the flip to it instead. So it's up to Jobro again to just kind of almost kamikaze 50 at midfield to force something. Ton of time left in this one, but you don't want to see another goal go in if you are UTK. You want to break into this lead like you've done every time they've gotten a 2-goal lead and kind of force them back into that awkward point.
We get to see the clutch factor for UTK. Did they get rattled by going down 2 goals in a Game 5 of this magnitude? Or can they settle down and create plays, still be accurate with their touches on the ball? Hermes certainly can. There you go. The old vet getting UTK on the board in Game 5.
That has been the fire starter a lot of times. Jobro looking to Hermes to get back into a game, and this one no different and a similar result. 1-2 here just before the midway point in Game 5.
Now, both these teams have played a single Game 5 this season. Both of them played it in group play. UTK beat UGA in Game 5 way back in the group stage, and FSU lost their Game 5 to South Carolina Garnet, again, way back in the group stage. So you look at that, you say, okay, UTK's got the Game 5 win. They should have the advantage here, but Florida State, with that hot start, looking good. They've still got the 1-goal lead. Just have to make sure UTK don't gain too much momentum from that goal they just used to answer back.
That would be the thing. I think FSU is in a favorable position as long as UTK doesn't score. You're like, wow, very deep analysis here. They're good if they don't score. But it's also a mental factor of where you've held a lead twice with 2 goals, but have watched it go away twice. Luigi able to follow it up. It's a fake, as that's Fries getting it to Tricks.
And Demo there opening up room. Jobro's trying to get back. And wow, a hair behind the play. He didn't have much boost to make the save, and Florida State a quick transition to put their lead back to 2.
FSU having the chop ready, and it is getting loud, perhaps. FSU places, they are feeling good, rocking up 2 goals again. The first time they've been able to take a 3-1 advantage in the entire series. Jobro can't get to it accurately, so it's going to fall to the nose of Fries. Shaka cutting it, but not able to get a clear. He got a bump to open the door, maybe. That took all 3 defenders just to keep it in the corner.
Oh, there's no one back. Jobro's got a chance on an open net, but he can't put the shot on. It was difficult considering his position, but still, it's one you want to at least put in the Florida State box. See if you can't follow up the play. The bare minimum for UTK, they get offense, they get a chance to Shaka, which he can't force through. Luigi and Fries both getting a save right there.
Oh, but a miscommunication. Jobro had a demo, and Hermes doesn't have the wherewithal to be on top of it, so now it's going back the other way. Tricks steals the boost, has the ball, but is bumped off for the time. Fries a soft touch. Jobro is there. Epic save, but saves don't matter. That medal will be tarnished if you don't find a pair of goals.
30 seconds left for UTK to close this 2-goal gap, or else Florida State moves on to the grand finals. It'll be
what
their
a
second
touch.
SCL grand finals ever, and it looks like they're going to be getting there if they can keep this defensive performance. Shaka next up in rotation for UTK, but closed down upon by Luigi. Through the corner, double missed, but a shot from Hermes. No good. Fries gets a save. Shaka on target. Tricks coaxes the ball away. Time ticking down. UTK needs a goal now. They don't get it. Florida State sitting in the grand finals.
Florida State clutch genes activated. GG's in chat, and man, oh man, what a series that was. A nail biter for sure, but eyes kind of drift towards Fries having the 3 big assists, Tricks having 2 goals and 3 saves. What a showing from the FSSU team.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, Florida State, their one loss being that what feels like a fluky Game 5 loss to South Carolina Garnet. They are essentially undefeated right now, and they've just beaten UTK. In my video I uploaded today about the playoffs, I said this, meaning the SCL, is UTK's league, and someone is going to have to step up and take it from them. And I was expecting that someone to be like King or FAU and Florida State, maybe in the conversation. I wasn't expecting it to be them, Foof. I will be completely honest.
I'll be honest, I am down for a Florida matchup of seeing FSU taking on Florida Atlantic. That could be spicy.
And what's awesome as well, we could have
really far ahead.
Yeah, we could have a Tennessee matchup as well with UTK in the lower bracket now, and King potentially making it to the lower finals if they keep on the run.
That's going to be... Lowers has just become the group of danger. There's another couple words I could use, but it's not efficient. But it is the group of death down there, and it has become a knife laying in the middle of all of those teams, and who can get to it first to stay alive.
That is pretty much a perfect representation of the lower bracket, which Cumberland's down there as well, another Tennessee team. I don't know. There's a lot of good teams left, Foof, and UTK, now one of them in the lower bracket. They will wait on several matches to be played out. King and Cumberland next up, not on stream. Oklahoma and FAU next up on stream. Preview that for all the fine ladies and gentlemen in the Twitch chat right now.
I mean, let's just be honest. It's 2 teams that I predicted would win and have now lost to have to fight their ways to this loser's side. And so it's 2 teams that sit near and dear to my heart, not only because I predicted them, but because I've enjoyed watching how they play the game. If you've been following SEL or myself and Bebic for a long time, you know I'm a fan of Oklahoma solely because of their defensive MVP from season 1. And being a 6th-year senior, it's glad to see him still repping that color well. And, of course, I'm talking about OU Crossbar. And so I'm really hoping he can make a big performance against FAU. But now my heart goes, man, I have both the teams I want to see advance playing each other out. So it could be an absolute barn burner.
I hope it is. A lot of offensive firepower coming up in a little bit as Oklahoma and FAU, the next 2 teams on the SCL Season 4 main broadcast. Shout out, as always, to Red Bull and MSI, our sponsors, making all of this possible, bringing you all the Game 5s you could ever hope for in the playoffs on stream. So make sure you stick with us. One more series on the day coming up in just a little bit.
never gonna say goodbye, no.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. My 'cause you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. Oh yeah. Take you like a pill. never torn so deep, falling down through the clouds. I'm feeling you. Stay away from me. You keep haunting me. I feel that I've been chasing dreams, keep holding on to memories, tears that I will not regret, sacrifice will prove instead. Through the landscapes I review, I can't be honest, I know you too. Walking down through the fields, I still want you. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. You keep haunting me. I feel that I've been chasing dreams, keep holding on to memories, tears that I will not regret.
Welcome back, all you lovely fans of the SEL. We've got more playoff action on the docket. We've got a streaking Oklahoma Sooners team against a pretty darn stacked FAU roster coming up. Foof, what you looking forward to?
Well, first and most importantly, the game.
Yeah,
Getting ready
makes
to
sense.
watch it with you, but seeing this clash of old school red and blue here in Rocket League, you know how much of a just kind of a feels good man moment it is to see teams that kind of respect and pay honor to the tried and true red versus blue or orange versus blue that Rocket League has given us.
It is a classic color matchup, if an abnormal school matchup. FAU and Oklahoma, they don't really face each other too
No.
often in much of anything, but here they are in Rocket League with a berth in the top 4 of the SEL Season 4 fall split on the line, and a whole lot of points trying to get themselves to land on the line. We'll see what happens in this best of 5.
Hammy dropping it down to Mitra, who was not ready for that first shot. A pass back midfield. Hammy ready, but the defense is as well. It's just a mad mosh pit in this corner. Lil Stan allowing his teammate to get the demo. Will passes him midfield, but all he finds is air. Bono wants to play slow, but so does Hammy. Hammy got actually drew a little bit further out than he wanted. B-Darb's aggressive push, but no contact found, so we still stand at a 0-0 game.
This is such an odd beginning to this
Yes.
series. I think the slightly delayed start has iced some of the players, and they're just playing weird at the moment, getting the feel for one another, as they didn't play each other at all during groups or in the LCQ or anything like that. So they are unfamiliar with one another's play unless they've watched the runs that their opponent have been on right now, which for FAU, they've been watching Oklahoma go on a bit of a tear until they were dropped down to the lower side by UTK. They beat Alabama, they beat Georgia State, and they beat Kentucky all in a row, which is a very impressive run considering that was in bracket play. But that's not impressive. An own goal from Oklahoma giving FAU the lead.
Omi to the soft touch just to push it towards the net. And then, unfortunately, V-Darbs can't really dig it out of that awkward ball bouncing around. And that's how we find our first in this series.
It would be. Like, after that scrum on the Oklahoma goal line, like, you just felt like a goal like that was coming.
Yeah, there's kind of weirdness all throughout this one. Maybe we'll iron out some of these issues. Will pushing forward. Bono, pass hit midfield. He's got V-Darbs, but he's a bit too hard on the pass. So it ends up going backwards as Lil Stan looking to Mitra. Mitra pulls the trigger tie, but he's following it up. The soft touch again too high. Hammy, the third touch will do it with that one following through. It's 2-0.
Well, you knew that we couldn't get too deep in this series without calling out Hammy Cracker's name. We hadn't said it yet, but he's always one of the top stories when it comes to just watching or talking about this FAU roster, because he is the leader. I mean, he's got RLCS qualifier experience. He's made deep runs in that regard, and he is most certainly the most mechanically gifted player on the Owls roster, and he uses that to the team's advantage so often to see the setup man 1v3ing teams, and I mean 1v3ing teams, to set the ball up for Mitra, Lil Stan, Damage, whoever is going to score the goal for FAU at the end of the play. And his second goal, or rather FAU's second goal, coming by way of Hammy, but Oklahoma's still looking for their first.
They should have had one there, but no one really ready to follow it up. Lil Stan losing possession. Mitra and Hammy's last two back. Bono gonna get cut out here as Hammy saw the entire length of the field. Got his extra defender go up early and able to sniff that one out. 2-0 here still.
Hammy shut down there in the corner. Bono beats Lil Stan as well. That leaves Mitra as the last man back. Bono takes a shot on, but great shadow defense there by Mitra. Now off the back wall. Double commit, but Mitra is going to find the clear. Great stand right there by the FAU player.
Well, Hammy, again, soft touch, going to drop. V-Darbs awkward, and Mitra says, thank you very much. May I have another? It's 3-0.
It's not such a good defensive stand right there for V-Darbs.
Defensive flop.
Back to the play, and that is just a flop where you just kind of throw your arms up and hope to God the ball hits your car and stays out of the back of your net. But
Please, our
FAU.
Jesus.
Yeah, FAU, they prayed to the Rocket League gods, and they are got Hammy, who might be a Rocket League god himself. Jury's still out.
Well, you get one. Why not have another? And then a second touch, or third touch, excuse me, to follow through. Will just kind of stuck in the analysis paralysis, and it's 4-0 here in game one.
Oh my God, I can't believe we just saw that in an elimination playoff match. I mean,
Stan won't be denied either.
I know all the little stands in Twitch chat are going off right now, because that was a wonderful play from a player who didn't play until the postseason in the SEL.
All right, the worst kept secret in all of the SEL. Lil Stan flip reset as well there. So back-to-back goals showing this FAU prowess on the sticks, and they are in firm control of game number one.
Yeah, and Oklahoma, I mean, they haven't even been able to get going offensively. They had a couple of decent chances, and by a couple I mean actually a couple. Just 2 shots here in the first 3.5 minutes of game one. They have quite literally been punched in the mouth in the first game of this series. FAU could have very well had a 6th right there, but they couldn't cash in.
Oh, Bono flips the field with no boost followed up. It's all eyes on Will, who again retreats really early, so it ends up just being a shot out to midfield. V-Darbs dropping it down. Bono pressing aggressively, but it's going to be a demo ringing out throughout the pitch. Still 5-0, and it's going to stay that way for the moment as FAU's defense starting to be tested.
Stan passing that defensive test, finding a clear from his own goal line, but the follow-up not perfect. I'll give him a B- on that play, as Oklahoma allowed another opportunity at playing offense. It is a passing grade. They don't concede. In fact, FAU holding on to this 5-goal lead quite well, playing good defense, even when they have got a serious buffer here at the end of game one.
Well, Lil Stan bumped off of that ball. V-Darbs is up way too high. Stan wants to drop it down, but instead throws it across the field. Hammy was trying to be recipient of that pass, and they could not connect. I love the aggression coming out from FAU. They want the highlight plays early.
They always want the highlight plays, and all 3 of them can make highlight plays, but looks like they'll have to be content, maybe, with the 5 highlight plays
They're
they
all
got
up.
as everyone has pre-jumped. B-Darbs is going to keep control here, and if OU want their first goal of the series, they can have it. Will's gonna
No, they won't.
He's not gonna cash it in.
You just see the Dominuses flying through the air at the owl screech as the Owls 10 shots to only the 5 given up, and they looked dominant in game 1.
They did look dominant, and I couldn't believe the air show we got at the end right there. It was
The
pure
flyover.
confidence.
We didn't get one.
It was a flyover to close. Normally the flyover happens before the big
And in a
important
different
series
stadium.
started, but yeah, it's not typically in the stadium either. That's weird.
I mean, maybe we've escaped the Twilight Zone episode.
I hope.
We're back into normal Rocket League. But Mitra and company, just domination right now as Hammy opting to play slow on the sidewall. Another shot towards it. Mitra trying to hunt that one off of the backboard, but could not get there. Bono, opportunity, but again, cut out by Hammy. Hammy has been all over the pitch in game 1 and Phoenix 2.
And speaking of which, a cheeky little redirect right there to find a clear. B-Darbs is prepared for it, though. Oklahoma trying to flip the field domination stat category,
flipping the
but
field.
they get too aggressive in trying to do so. Splitting the gap is Mitra. A goal from his defensive end.
Old cover 2, too high, no one in the middle, and Mitra takes full advantage of it. The dish, you said, coming from Hammy, and that makes it 1-0 once again here for FAU.
And it makes it a 6-0 goal scoring run for FAU. Like, this isn't even close right now. Oklahoma, they aren't able to stop FAU and what they're trying to do in offense. I mean, they do get a couple of stops. They find clears by a little bit of offense, but there's just no keeping up with FAU's offense right now with the Sooners on either end of the ball.
So much space granted to Hammy there, and he was like, oh, really? I guess I'll take it. And so I'm very wary to see if OU will continue just allow him to have that much room on the ball. Mitra, 70 boosts, just opting to kind of mess around, dare B-Darbs to step forward. Clear, Hammy looking for a self-touch and does, setting up for a third. Mitra was waiting for it, and that's a beautiful pass. The nose of the Dominus, though, unable to kiss it.
Oh, good pass. Bono, can he cut it? No, instead it's a light chip. Puts the ball off the back wall, and that allows Hammy Crackers to get back into the mix on the back wall. And FAU going to find a clear. As a result of that, again, Lil Stan trying to pre-jump a little something there from Hammy, but not quite on the same page that time.
Bono saying, maybe I'll flip reset. You know, never mind. I'll just let it fall back down. Mitra, corner play. B-Darbs with a beautiful cut. You need to be careful here. They're getting aggressive, trying to find an equalizer. That's exactly how they gave up goal number 1. Mitra jumping early, so he actually got a bit too close to that ball. Losing control is Bono. There's 2 up in the air. Lil Stan gonna pull the trigger on it, and that's top right and in.
Make it 7-0. Lil Stan assisted by Mitra right here, but that shot was pristine. OU not on the same page defensively again, giving a shooting lane to Florida Atlantic that they are not missing right now. They look so on, and it's leaving Oklahoma in the dust right now.
Oklahoma still picking up pieces from game 1, and they're just getting still beat further and further as game 2 has moved towards this midway point. Hammy, backboard play, the self-touch, and he can't tuck it in. Oh, he's going to wish that one came back. Not for any big reason, but because that would have been another to add to the repertoire.
You know, honestly, I don't even think he cares. Like, he gets stuff like that all the time at this point. I wouldn't even be surprised if he's just like, okay, move on to the next quadruple flip reset I'm about to hit in game 2.
Well, B-Darbs losing out. Little Stan just needs a soft touch, and it's too soft as it just kind of caressed the nose instead of him catching the ball.
Right there. Sets up Hammy to get a second touch on the ball, but plays it out of the Oklahoma box. The Sooners, though, still having a tough time generating consistent offense. They started out this game playing a ton in that blue FAU end, but since then, it's been a lot of back and forth where their offense can't hit in transition, and so they expend a lot of effort in the offensive zone, and that leaves not a whole lot back in defense to stop the likes of Hammy.
Hammy Crackers, another big touch, another goal, and another 3-goal lead here for FAU. Game 2 looking more and more like a repeat of Game 1.
And Oklahoma is right now getting into perfect sweep territory. They've yet to score. FAU playing defensively perfect. Oh. Great touch by Hammy. He thought for a second, but no. Hammy just comes streaking by to get the save.
Hammy just kind of waiting in the wings. No, no, no. I don't think we're going to be giving up one today. Protecting the goose egg with their lives. B-Darbs, shot off the backboard. Will! I don't know if he was hit or side flipped the wrong way. But that looked like a 2v1 situation they can't neglect. And Mitra and, I believe, Hammy colliding on this side of the offense.
Okay, I'm wondering if that was from mistrust or I'll move on. Thank you very much, Bono. What
Thanks, Bono.
a shot in transition. Will sets it up and Bono knocks it down.
And I like how Will was there for the homie, just kind of moral support, physical support, and then camera support, so we had the nice angle of the shot.
I do love the team support from Oklahoma to break that perfect sweep talk from me. I'm sorry I even brought it up. And now, just seconds left, maybe there's something to be said about a big comeback here to maybe level the series. We'll see.
That's going to be pretty big ask for them right now as Hammy is fighting Will Stan at midfield for the ball. That is an aggressive 50 on your own teammate. Will stuffed by none other than Hammy, who's pressing it back again. Will can't get it. Stan, Mitra back to Stan. Flipping under it, though. And again, this time the dominance of Mitra has enough touch to get to it. Beautiful flick just to get it out past that goalie box and kill more time.
Double off the corner. Just a dunk onto Stan. Will's next up, but dusted by Mitra and Hammy. That looks like 4. No, Bono gets back for a save.
4!
The rebound's good. There's the 4th.
Rebound and in. Hammy sets it up. Bono has to save here, and unfortunately, clears and saves are different things, and the ball's still in a dangerous spot. It's 4-1 here in Game 2.
9 goals given up by Oklahoma in the span of 2 games. That is not a good sign because FAU, when they are playing this well offensively, is a near impossible team
all 3
to stop because their defense is pretty solid as well, but that's where you do have to attack them. If you're going to stage a comeback, when they lost in Game 5 to Cumberland, the Phoenix made they just so distrust into the back line of the Owls. And that is when you can beat them. When they're double committing for balls they shouldn't be double committing for and leaving gaps in their rotations with that.
It's something to be said about the confidence being the key for this FAU team. And it's never confidence in one's own ability. It's confidence in their teammates' ability, like you said. And so I think if they can communicate and continue to do so, they're going to be fine for the rest of this one, unless Oklahoma can cook up something, be it demos, be it bumps, just something, because they are hanging on by a thread. Their series, their season, and their tournament life depend on these next games.
And if they do sort out those offensive issues, it can't come at the expense of the defensive side, because that's an issue as well. You have to figure out how to get back in transition with plenty of boost to save these FAU counterattacks, because they hit quickly and they hit hard when the Owls break out of defense. That's how a good portion of their goals this series have come. Right there. Defense to offense in the blink of an eye, and it's a perfect shot from Mitra to take first blood.
Bono can't find it, and it is the softest touch from Mitra to sneak it in near post. 19 ticks off the board and already a 1-0 lead here in Game 3.
Okay. FAU hitting first once again. Now all eyes turn to Oklahoma. Can they keep this magical playoff run going, or is Hammy Crackers and the gang going to start destroying some bandwagons?
I mean, the magical run might be losing steam, as they are going to end on back-to-back losses if they are not careful. Will, corner play here. B-Darbs waiting for it. Mitra and Hammy, though, double committing. I don't know if it's a breakdown of comms. Lil Stan, last man back. He's beat. Hammy, though, returns, but now he's out of the mix for a moment. Mitra has a clear, and so the glass house just kind of holding on to this small downpour of rocks.
Okay, Oklahoma using the rocks to break something down here, getting us tied, and FAU looking a little unsettled right there. It's kind of the first time this series in defense.
Just a couple of double commits threw them out of their rotations, and I thought maybe Mitra's massive play to get a clear could have reset it, but again, just awkward on that goal line, not knowing who needs to go for it. Allows a good team like OU to find the mark. Bono trying to sneak a second one through, but can't get it to fall.
Mitra's actually missed. That allows Will to step up. Bedarbs, though, clean the ball out to the side, and now Oklahoma nearly overextending again. Those situations are terrifying for all the Sooner fans out there when they just press a little bit too far forward, and FAU very close to hitting back quickly.
So did Bono, though, as he snuck out, trying to find a pass midfield. There's no one home, though. They knew Hammy was in the vicinity, so big respect there, expecting a bigger clear. But he was given space and time by this offense to move the ball around, get his teammates a little stand, backward play. 2 players from OU go for it. The Sooners being a bit aggressive right now. Bono, backward pass, but no one home to collect it, so it's cleared past the midfield stripe again.
Great comms, or just awareness. Hammy Crackers knowing that there was no extra player from OU about to take that back wall read, so he takes his time, finds a clear, and now helps establish FAU in the offensive zone. Lil Stan trying to do the same thing, or just straight up score it. Lil Stan on the board with his first goal of game 3, and that puts FAU back out in front.
And Lil Stan caught Bono standing on all 4 wheels, and that breaks it back into the lead here for FAU.
What a story. Lil Stan has been in the playoffs, was subbed in for damage after a pretty good showing in the first half of the season out of FAU, but they weren't content. They want Lil Stan in, and boy, has he delivered. Has mechanics that's right up there with Mitra and Hammy Crackers, and isn't afraid to display. I'm pre-jumping right there again. I love it.
He's feeling himself right now, trying to find more goals, as FAU has won by a massive margin in both of their games previously. Probably a bit disappointed right now with only having the 1-goal lead, have given up a goal early in this one. So Mitra looking to Stan. Stan, the soft touch, wants to find a second, but Will cuts it out on the backboard.
Mitra passes center to Hammy. That's a beat, but it's off to the side. Second touch, no good, but it fakes Bedarbs off the ball, allowing Mitra to step in. Will was prepared for that eventuality. Prepared for this one. Yes, big clear. Hammy Crackers, though, guarding the midfield line, looking for a double. He's too high on the shot, but boy, that was inches off.
Oh, beautiful communication there between Mitra and Stan. The defense starting to sound back up for FAU, and now Hammy Crackers with no one home, gonna walk the dog down the field. It's a 3-1 game.
I've seen that too often from the Sooners, overextending, not knowing who the third man is, or the third man diving in with little regards to caution. And FAU, they have punished on the majority of those instances, and now they've got insurance heading into those final 90 seconds. It's the business end of Game 3 right now. Oklahoma's season, at least in the fall split, hangs in the balance.
Hammy. Will. 50 hard as well. Now it's up to Bono and company at midfield. Beautiful touch to push it back towards the middle. Catch up to that one, and so FAU back on the attack. Mitra looking across the field. Stan hunting outside of the box. Instead, Hammy taking it himself. And Mitra coming from the skies to slow this one down. Will's going to put it too high. Demoed for his trouble. Stan with a fake. Bedarbs, no real shot, and it's all up to Bono putting it down. Mitra, though, slams the door shut. So another save here for the FAU Owls.
Oh, and that possession for Oklahoma going to come to a close without a goal to show for it. And now, Mitra and Hammy pushing up aggressively. But Oklahoma, actually, they can't find a clear. Will is up for this read. He gets a shot on, but Hammy Crackers right there on the near side to save it away. And there, Bono an opportunity to shoot, but he wasn't expecting that kind of space to shoot with.
That's Mitra again. Beautiful touch. Bono credited with this one. Going to press it forward still, but they're just looking for these long arcing touches. It has not worked. Bedarbs going to find one to answer, though. 11 seconds on the clock. We still have a chance here for the Sooners.
Okay, Oklahoma staying alive. They are hanging on by a thread, though. Need a goal in 11 seconds when FAU, before this game, had only conceded 1 the entirety of games 1 and 2. Kickoff doesn't go in Oklahoma's favor, though. It goes right into Hammy Cracker's hands. Go Bono wins it over to Will, but the shot right at Mitra's big old dominus. Right back to it, though. Oklahoma in the Owls box. Lil Stan beaten. Well, Oklahoma didn't find the touch they needed. They can't best FAU. The Owls move on.
Owls of Florida Atlantic University survive. I mean, they were thriving over Oklahoma. Feverish comeback attempt here in game number 3, but it'll go down as a sweep in the series. And hats off to this trio that has come into the playoffs, had to kind of play up after getting knocked down in the very first round by King, and have answered with a 3-0, a 3-1, another 3-0.
It's unbelievable what we've seen out of FAU. I mean, they have played the most series out of anyone in the top 6. I think this was their 16th best of 5 they've played in the SEL this season. Now 10-6, an impressive mark out of the Owls, and they just keep on humming along, top 4, and they're waiting on the winner of Cumberland and King, who are still playing. We don't have that result yet, but the winner will move on to play FAU.
Well, kind of scoping out to see who will pull that one out, because Cumberland and King is one that you kind of see on tonight's matchup, so we didn't get to see too many times, and I was really hoping to see them further in the winners brackets, not in the losers, but someone does have to go home, and I can't tell you. I think King will probably pull it out, but you can't go past Cumberland. You cannot look over them.
No, I think that one realistically could very well be a game 5 matchup, but we'll see what happens.
We'll know later.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when it does close out. But right now, we are waiting on an interview. I think we've got Mr. Crackers himself. He'll be joining us in the booth. I think we're going to go throw it to a break real quickly to get all of that set up. So make sure you stay tuned. I know all the Rocket League action's done. We've got an interview with Hammy Crackers getting set up. So short break, but we'll be back in just a little bit. All right, welcome back to the SEL. I have in the booth with me the magnificent Mr. Hammy Crackers. Hammy, how you feeling after your big win?
Feeling pretty good. I mean, we're very confident right now, obviously, after taking such a clean, hard win over Oklahoma. I think we have very, very much potential to win the playoffs, and right now that's our goal. So we're just gonna keep grinding for it.
All right, so I was going to ask you about what you see as your ceiling for this team. Do you think first place is where you guys are at right now?
I mean, yeah, we're very confident we can take this thing home. Obviously, we had a bit of a rough start in playoffs, losing early to Cumberland, but we're positive we've fixed our mistakes and we're gonna be able to make the run all the way back through lowers. So we'll see.
All right. Well, what have you adjusted since that Cumberland loss back? I think that was round 2 of winners. What can you tell me that has changed since then?
We've definitely worked on our defense a lot. Like we
Mm.
noticed we were kind of giving up too many freebies, so we've adjusted ourselves to correlate for that and try to work better as a team, as a unit defensively, and hopefully it'll help us go farther.
Oh,
Move
so
forward.
far so good. I mean that little stand subbing as well is something I do want to talk about because I know it was damage for group play and I believe the last chance qualifier as well. But then little stand comes in. What was the thinking behind the substitution, or what was the context there?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Lil Stan came in late to the season. Like he wasn't here for tryouts at the beginning of the semester, and then
Mm.
when we heard that he was interested, we gave him a tryout, and we were like, all right, well, we have like some chemistry built up with our starter damage, so we're gonna keep playing with him for now. But we noticed he was improving really fast, and we felt like he was honestly a better fit for the team, so we just decided to bring him into the starting roster.
And now you guys have, I mean, you've cracked into the colleague top 48, however much stock you put in their power rankings of North American CRL. Like, I mean, you guys are on a tear right now in the SCL, outside of the SCL. What does it mean to you and then kind of as a team to be in that conversation as a top 48 team? I think you're number 47 right now in their rankings in NA.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice, obviously. I think we've deserved it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
We've been performing pretty well against like the top 40-ish level teams, but I'm confident that we can go higher. To be honest, I'm satisfied with how we're playing right now. So I think there's definitely potential to break in even further. And honestly, if we keep grinding, keep doing our thing, we should be able to keep pushing up that list. So yeah,
I mean, you've
very
been
happy.
grinding the CCA Opens as well. Like, I was looking at SEL results first. Obviously, I'm very biased in that regard. But like, you guys have been averaging like top 12 in the CCA Opens. What is the? I mean, is the consistent grind of those tournaments helping you guys improve?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we've been performing pretty well in the opens. Day one, mostly. Day two has not been great for us. We have not
Mm,
won a day two match, unfortunately. But um, we definitely have had a lot of potential. I think we've had 6 game 5 losses or something like that. So
wow.
yeah, it's been rough, but we definitely know we have the potential to beat the teams, and I'm pretty sure 2 of the teams we lost to actually won the whole open. So bit unfortunate for us, but it's okay. We're definitely confident in our ability to win those series, and honestly, it's just a matter of time before we start coming over the hump and winning it all.
Hey, I mean, you're doing well in the SCL, starting to get it going in CCA as well. Is CRL next for you guys?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm not sure what's gonna happen next semester. I know East is crazy stacked right now, especially with
Mm.
the new format, one team qualifying per bracket. It's very tough, but I mean, never know. Sometimes a dream run just happens, and we'll see. Maybe it happens to us.
All right. I'm crossing my fingers for you guys. I'm always pulling for you, Hammy. I appreciate you joining me today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, that does wrap up the final series of today's SEL stream. We have our top 4 about set in stone. Actually, before you go, Hammy. Okay, no, I don't have Cumberland or King that result confirmed, but I did want to ask you, who would you rather play between Cumberland or King?
Ah, that's tough. I mean, King, I know the players a little
Mm-hmm.
more, and we've played them a decent bit, and I'm pretty confident in our game against them. But I do think it'd be nice to get the revenge against Cumberland for the earlier upper bracket loss. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it'd be a good match either way. But I think Cumberland would be a little bit more content. So why not Cumberland? Hopefully they take it.
All right. I love it. Cumberland or King, but maybe Cumberland. We'll see what happens though. Okay, for real this time. I'm closing it out. Andy, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that does conclude our stream. No more bonus questions going to pop up in my head. So I thank you all for joining us today. We have more SEL playoff action happening tomorrow, 6 to 8 Central Time on this same stream. It's all Valorant, though, so a little bit of a different esport, but make sure you tune in nonetheless. It's all SEL. It's all exciting. And I'm Mr. Repic. Big thanks to Foof and Colt, our other 2 production guys helping the show get along, and all of you for watching today. So I'll see you tomorrow for Valorant.